try to make some money. And I have to say, I appreciate that about him, that he's a hustler. And, and it's like, so let's go back to this weekend. This weekend, he wanted to, so this weekend on Saturday, he lined up his games. I think most of you know this because you guys will ask me via message on Facebook and I do respond. So my son got certified to be a referee for soccer games, through CalSouth of California, the state of California. So he picks up games on the weekends to referee, and that's how he makes money on the side, because he realized that he could not get a job during the week because he's trying to maintain his GPA at a certain level, to start thinking future college and, all that good stuff. So he decides, so how can I make money where it's not going to be, limited, where he could still go out, do things, and he's not going to have to tell his employer, I can't work this weekend, I can't do this, I could only work certain hours. So he figured it out and decided to do referee for soccer. He is a soccer player. He loves soccer. So, and it's two different things. It's not the same thing as, being a player and a referee, two separate things, But anyways, so he picked up games this weekend. He picked up 4 games this weekend. He picked up 4 games and he ended up making $133 for the 4 games, and they're an hour each. And that's how he makes his money to buy his tickets when he goes to concerts, buy clothing, whatever. And so Saturday he picked up 4 games. He went to his homecoming. And then after his homecoming, he's like, he did tell me earlier. He's like, Mom, I need to go camp out at Bait because, Yeezy was dropping these Calabasas sweatpants. And, that's his other side hustle that he does. He will buy clothes and he resells it. And like these pants, you could resell them and make like $100 for each pant. So he did that. He's like, I'm going to go camp overnight. And if you guys remember, one of my other shows that I had about a year ago or so, I mentioned that I went camping with him because back then, he's 16 now, but back then I think he was like 14 or 15. I was not about to let this child camp by himself, especially in LA. I was like, nah, I need to be there. So I had to be there and we camped all night, whatever, we did it. Now, this time around for Saturday, where he wanted to camp out, it was like a nice area, really nice. I scoped out the place, and he was going to be there with one of his friends, and he's 16 now, RJ is. So then I thought, you know what? I don't need to be there with him. I'm just going to check on him like every couple hours, and that's what I did. I did not go with him, and I just checked on him like every couple hours, and he was good. So he texted me, and he's like, Mom, I need you to come at the store because the store wasn't going to open until 11. He's like, I need you to be here at 10 in the morning because he wanted to get, and it's only, if you guys don't know, whenever you do this, whenever they drop certain items, it's only 1 per person. They don't sell you as many as you want. It's 1 per person. So he's like, Mom, you got to be here at 10 in the morning because I'm going to buy 2 pairs. So you're going to, and so of course he had me, he wanted a black and red pair of Calabasas. That's the only 2 colors available. So he wanted one of each, to resell. And so, of course, I show up. I was like, all right, cool. So I show up, and that's what we did. I went ahead and, copped a pair for him. So now he copped 2 pairs of these Calabasas. But, I just love, shout out to the kids out there, the teens, who try to do their side hustle by reselling clothing. Or, picking up little jobs on the side to make money. I think that's a really, really good thing. So whenever my son does that, you know what? I'm like, fuck it. Yes, son, you can go out. Yes, son, you can go ahead and camp out. Because it's like, why try to slow their hustle down if, I'm not going to be able to, if I can't buy that stuff for him. Because, it's like, I think it's important that they feel, or the kids know, that money doesn't grow on trees and money doesn't come easy. They have to work for it, and he needs to know how hard it is to make money, and he earned that fucking money. So Saturday, it was fucking hot as hell. And now he appreciates that 133 that he made. He fucking appreciates it because he worked his ass off for that, being the referee for these games that he that he did. So I love that. I like that, I like that kids do that these days. And he does have a few friends that do the same thing, that they resell. They don't do the referee yet. They just resell stuff that they get. But yeah, that's my update with my son. I was going to mention about that, having to the overnight. I decided not to at the last minute. I dropped him off at like 2 a.m. And I was home, I was available, and I was up, and I kept checking on him just to make sure. But all went well. And yeah, my name is Elizabeth. You're listening to the show, Dash Radio Discover. Oh my God. Who loves a sex shooter type of thing? The Apollonia. I love this song. And you know what? I can already picture Alex. Alex, I know you're dancing. I know you're getting your groove on. As soon as I play this song, you're probably like, ooh, yay. Party over here. I love those old school songs. My name is Elizabeth. I think you knew that. Dash Radio Discover. And speaking of sex, I have to give you guys the update. I'm not going to say celibate, because I'm not doing this for religious purposes. I'm not trying to rediscover myself. I'm not trying to become a virgin again. That's not even the case. I'm doing the abstinent type of thing because my life is just busy right now. And, I don't have enough room for that right now to embrace it at all. And, I was having a conversation with, I was talking to one of my friends actually about this. And, and I was telling her that right now, it's just not even an option for me. You know what? I was talking to Peasy. And I was telling Peasy, I'm like, you know what, Peasy? Right now, the way my life is, it's so crazy, chaotic, busy. I have too much on my plate. And as you also know, because I do have a lot on my squad you guys have kids, you have teenagers, you know what life is like. And some of you, your kids are not teenagers, they're older. You know what life is like when you have teenagers, especially for me, being a mother, single mom, raising a man, it's not easy. It's true what Tupac said. It's hard, being a woman raising a man. So I'm there for him 1,000%. So right now, even though my son wants me to go out and start dating, I can't embrace that. it's not something that I need right now, and I don't feel like there's an empty thing in me that I need to fill that. I'm not even craving a date at all, and right now it's like my thing is more about my kids. I want to make sure that my kids are, trying to keep them as normal as possible. I know you cannot be normal because there's too much craziness out in the world and we're not perfect. We're imperfect human beings. But at least I want to make sure that my son gets a good shot as being, somewhat balanced in his life. And I just feel that, if I start dating, I am not going to be able to focus on him 100%. I don't, because it's true. It's like you have that little distraction, from if you're dating somebody. It's different when you're married and you already have someone in your life. It's different. But when you start to embrace that in the beginning, it's different. You just can't. So for me, I am not ready to have a man in my life yet. I rather just, until my son graduates, from high school, then I think I'll be ready. Then I feel like my job is done. And, if he chooses not to go to college, then he'll go get a job and, support himself. So I think that for me is as long as I feel that, my life was complete, or fulfilled it as soon as, my goal is to get him to graduate. Not that he's doing, I know most of you guys think, wait, what? Is he doing bad? He's not doing bad. He's doing great. He's really smart. But what I'm saying to you is that I just want to make sure that, he gets a shot. I want to make sure that he graduates from high school, and then college is optional. I'm not the type of parent that I'm going to force my kid to go to college, because you know what? It's like kids are going to end up doing what they want to do, regardless. I don't care what you say. It's like, especially for me being single, it's not my priority. It's like I would love for him to go to college. I want him to go to college because I need him to have a good career so he could support his expensive habits. That I want. But if he doesn't want to, I'm not going to push him. I'm not going to say, well, you know what? If you don't go to college, I'm not buying you a car. I'm not going to help you with this. I'm not that parent. I'm just not. It's like I feel that kids should do what they want to do when it comes to their profession and their career. If it's not in them, why force them? So that's all. That's like my little rant. And you know what? I think it's time to do another Cuda tune.
Hi, this is Howard Hewitt, formerly of Shalimar, and this is from me to you. It's time for Cuda Tunes.
Phone knows what time it is. Hey, it's Elizabeth, the Barracuda on the Tiffany Grant Show. My pick of the week is I'm On One by DJ Khaled. I love this song. I think they made this song for me because I'm not getting younger, I'm getting older, and it's all about me, my requirements, and what I expect. So if that's what you want to call it, then fuck it. I'm on one.
Apologize if I say anything I don't mean. Watch me take all I care about is money in the city that I'm from. I'ma sip until I feel it, I'ma smoke it till it's done. I don't really give a fuck, and my excuse is that I'm young and I'm only getting older. Somebody should've told you I'm on one. I said fuck it, I'm on one.
That's right. That's what I say. Fuck it. I'm on one, because it's true. I still abide by those rules. Or should it be like how I feel? And it's true. It's all about me, my requirements, and what I need. And you guys all know I've been very vocal about this. And I always talk about this, that there's this one thing that means a lot to me. And I always ask before anything goes down, because if the person does not like it, then I bounce. There's no need for that. And, that's, that's oral sex. That's something that, I have addressed this a few shows back where I did say that, one of my relationships, I'm not going to say which one, because if I say it, then it's going to give it away. And I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. Anyways, I did try that whole thing when people say, you know what, I'm just going to try it. I did try it, when I went into this relationship without this person liking it at all to give it. And, that's when I learned that from now on, if somebody doesn't, they're not into it, they're not giving it, they don't give it, then for me, it's kind of like, all right, goodbye. And not for me. I've tried it, did it, didn't work. My name is Elizabeth. You're listening to the show on Discover-Radio.